Milk Crate Marauder.
Red Bank, New Jersey, the Count Basie Theater. I was doing a little benefit with one of Gary Dell'Abate's kid or something, and he came over to me and said, Pat, we'd like you to do the Howard Stern show. I did not know who Howard Stern was. I had no clue. I wasn't a 6 o'clock in the morning until 10 radio guy. So I said, fine. So I accepted. Then I realized I could not go that day. But classy me, I called him up. I said, Gary, forgive me, but tell Howard Stern I can't make it, but I'd like to come another time. And I'm sorry that I can't make it, but He said, well, that's a nice thing to call us. Then about a week later, I go. And I didn't know what this man did. And I knew that he worked the same theater in Jersey that I worked. I didn't know. I said, he's a stand-up comic. Is ready. I had no idea because I was involved with my own crap and everything. And I looked at this guy with the hair. I said, what is this guy kidding me? I said, nobody gets a haircut no more. Jesus. But I realized, I learned right away. So that's who he's talking to. He's talking to his haircut. Because everybody out there's got his haircut. And he's talking to younger people. My people don't know what the hell who he is. I mean, I have a fan base, but the Howard Stern's people, a certain age back, will not come to see me, but they're my fans. They stop me on the street, Pat, you're a hell of a guest. I mean, you make Howard crazy, you make us laugh, and that's what I do.
Hey, where's Pat Cooper? Why don't you let Pat Cooper come in and at least hang out with us while we do the news? Yeah, he's here.
All right.
Pat Cooper, I used to watch him all the time on TV. And Pat, how you doing?
Hey.
Pat Cooper. Howard, nice to
see you. Hello.
Hello. That's Jackie, Fred.
Jackie, everybody, and Joe.
Everybody's here.
Harry.
Jack and Joke, man. Pat Cooper, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Where the hell you been?
Working, making a living. Aggravating people. What else can I do? Oh, by the way, before I go any further, I will not come to your office. I will not annoy you. I will not call you. I will not play tennis with you. Steve Rossi taught me that.
That's right.
He said, the worst thing to do, he says, to socialize with this guy after the show. Show business is Howard Stern. When it's over, he's Joe Nobody. Get out of town fast.
That's right. So what happened? Because you were...
I used to see him on the Mike Douglas show all the time.
Yeah, what happened to me?
No,
I make a living.
I know you work a lot and everything, and you're like maybe one of the funniest guys in show business.
Thank you.
But
we'll do our job.
What happened when you made fun of Lola Falana? They threw you out of Vegas?
No. You see, I don't know if they threw me out or if anybody's blackballing me. I can't really believe that. I just made my statement. I was going along nice, making a nice living, bothering nobody.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this klutz turns around and decides that she wants to see a tape of my performance before I can work with her. And I took a shot at her. I took a burn. I said, hey, wait a minute, who are you? And why are you controlling my life?
Yeah, who the hell is Lola Falana?
Yeah, ask for a tape.
Now, what got me burnt is, I said, have you ever had a hit album? She said, no. You ever make a movie that was a hit? She says, no. Ever done a television? She says, no.
Well, she just grow her nails long.
Well, I'm bringing a point there. So I stood up to this woman. Then she was called the First Lady of Las Vegas, and I blew my cork altogether. I says, if you're the First Lady of Vegas, what is Ella Fitzgerald, a garbage pail?
Yeah.
I says,
well, Pat, that was wrong.
I said, how dare you? I says, we have great people in our business who contribute. This woman's contributed nothing.
See, you care. That's what you see. Most entertainers wouldn't care. A woman's going around calling herself the First Lady of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And Pat knows Vegas. He works Vegas. He knows that maybe she's the 90th lady.
Not even. She's not even in my opinion a lady. Forget about being the first or second.
She didn't make the book.
Yeah. You forget about these people. They all get nuts. I don't know. Listen, you make $1 million or $2 million a year. What are you giving people problems? Mind your business. Make the checks clear. Go home.
Although calling herself First Lady of Las Vegas is just a hype thing anyway.
Well,
I mean,
but see, her manager.
Yeah.
At that time, her manager turned around and he went crazy. Her manager like about 4'9".
Right.
And he's trying to look up. He thinks I got to look up to him. I said, how can a 6'2" look up to a 4'9"? Explain that to me. Unless you're on a ladder.
All right.
I said.
All right.
So what are you picking on my client? I says, no, she's not a client. I said, she's a fool.
So what?
I said.
See, in other words, the thing that got you mad is she came to Pat Cooper, who's an established show business entertainer, a man with a reputation.
Right.
And she wants a tape, a video.
She said, what does he do? I said, clean fish. What do I do? What's your business? I got the job at the Aladdin. I got a contract on my hands. Said, you're working such and such a day. Now, you knocking me out of the box. You cost me $40,000. Why can't I defend my $40,000? Well, you should have right to do such a thing.
He's right.
Oh, absolutely.
And so she turned around and now, then it became that I didn't like blacks. It became that nonsense.
Right. You see, right away it becomes right
away you don't like blacks.
You like blacks.
I like everything. I like people who just don't bust my chops. I'm not looking for I want to just do my job.
That's right.
Get out of town fast. You know, I got a nice family life. I don't bother nobody.
You do your act, and that's it.
But now, in order to now they, now they get their friends. See, and then I hear from Sammy Davis, and Sammy goes, hey, baby, what are you leaning on her for? So I leaned on her. I said, she'd never stand up, Sammy, and you back off. Who are you?
Yeah, now he's calling to get involved.
What makes you?
He's defending her.
He says,
because it's become a black-white issue.
Well, like he's got this book, Why Me?
Right.
Now he wants you to pay $19 for his book that we got to read about his confessions. Go to church.
Yeah, and how much of those confessions are really true?
Well, look.
How'd he lose his eye, I wonder?
Where's the man going with all his nonsense? Do your tap dance, do your songs, and be nice. I got to worry about he was in a room with 22 girls. He was in a room with this one.
That's
went out with Linda Lovelace. See, I was there the night when he showed Deep Throat.
Right.
This was his bonus.
You were at the orgy party?
No. I was in Reno working with him, and rather than tip everybody, he brought everybody to the theater and showed Deep Throat. Now, at that time, as smart as I am, as dumb as I am, I don't know what Deep Throat. That was a spy movie. So, thank God. Yeah. I go in there and I see what's going on. I said, wait a minute. I said, jeez, and everybody was, everybody, and we forgot about it, but that was his big thing. I showed the public Deep Throat. I'm the first one that showed you that. I look at the guys, this is where my life is, to worry about you and your Deep Throat.
Yeah, see? So anyway, when you went on Tom Snyder, you blew your cork about Lola Falana.
You know the amazing thing about Tom Snyder? He actually stared. I don't believe he believed what he was hearing. Because he said a lot of people come on the show and say, well, I'm going to say this. And
you know why? Because he's a big phony and everyone else is a big phony.
So when I leaned in on it, I said, Tom, whatever you do, this thing better be shown. Now, what they did do behind my back, see, we taped the show at 5, which is 2 o'clock Vegas time. They called up Vegas.
They edited.
No, they called up Vegas. No. They called up to find out if some of the things that I said about Vegas were true. Like I handed a contract back to Walter Kane, who was the president of the Sands. I told him I could do his contract. When Tony Bennett asked me to take another date, I said, I don't want to take another date, Tony. I want to come in the date that I'm booked. So
why did he ask you to take another date?
Because he said, no, he gets a bug up his patooza. What do I know?
I know.
What the hell do I know?
Another one with a bug up his ass.
They get crazy, Tony
Bennett, in other words, decides he doesn't want you as an like, how is that going to affect Tony Bennett?
Nothing personal. I love that. But now I said, if it wasn't price, why didn't Tony call me price and say, Pat, would you do me the favor, move? I want to put another comic in. I owe a favor. So I mean, fine. But they just turn around and say, tell Pat, this is what I want. This is what you want us to know. You picked on the wrong guy. Right. I got a contract for 8 weeks at $250,000 in my hand.
To open?
Yeah, no. Right. 8 weeks for the whole year with this particular hotel, which was the Sands. I went up to Walter Kane at that time, who was the president. I said, Mr. Kane, if Tony Bennett's running your hotel, here's my contract. You don't owe me nothing. I ripped that up. I don't want your $250,000 because you ain't got enough money to buy me. How dare you do this? Now, I told the story on Tom Snyder. Right. So they don't believe me. They figure, how can who's this guy?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have a contract for $250,000.
No, they called him.
But he's a big entertainer. He's getting $250,000, Robin. Yeah. $250,000, and Lola Falana is telling him he can't open, and Tony Bennett's telling him he can't open.
That Stephen Edie hit me with a brush. Then they got to buck up their patooza. Then they want another guy. So I said, Steve, who bothers you, P? Who sees you, P? What are you bothering me for?
Right.
I don't bother you. I'm a gentleman. I want to go to work and go home and sleep. Would you stop aggravating me?
In the course of history, how is it going to affect the course of history if Stephen Edie have a different opening act?
That means a lot to them.
Yes, it does.
Oh, you have no idea. They can't sleep. They can't sleep unless they know they can control of the opening act. Now, see, I believe there's no such thing as an opening act. That's a put down. I headline over the country. Whoever works with the show, it's our show, I tell them. If I'm making a few dollars more, it means I'm in a little better position. They'll make me better than you. Right. All I want them to do is let's do a good show. I bring a gift to them, show them I'm proud that we're working together. What does it cost?
Right.
What does it cost to be nice?
So who does Stephen Edie want instead of you?
Stephen Edie wanted at that time Jack Carter, which is fine. I like Jack Carter. I got nothing against Jack Carter. So I don't want to like Jack Carter for a job. But I said, but honey, I got a contract. That's now between you, Lola Falana, and Tony Bennett. You just squeeze me out of the business. I really got caught. Why did they want you? No, it wasn't because they don't want you.
They want control. It's a question
of showing that my contract states that I have a power of who I choose on the show.
So instead of saying, hey, Pat Cooper's on the show, that's fine with me, they got to make a change.
No, they want to turn around and show people that, I'm running the show. And I said to these hotel presidents, who's running the show? Now, if I got to go to a Stephen Edie for a job, tell me. Right. If I got to go to a Tony Bennett, tell me. See, and Tony Bennett, he's in a fog. He don't know yet. What's going on? Tony, I don't think Tony cares.
Right.
I met Tony a couple of times we worked together, and he says, we're going to help help the Indians. I said, okay, we'll do a benefit. So the next day I said, Tony, what about those Indians a benefit? Screw them. He forgets about it. Come on. So I got to be punished for his attitude.
Right.
All I want to do is go to work. He had 100 men at the Hilton.
Right.
Unbelievable. What does he need 100 men for? I'm going to show you the irony of this man. He has 100 men at the Hilton opening the show. They did 35 minutes of great music.
Right.
Now they said, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Bennett. He walks out and sings with a trio. Now there's 97 guys sitting there cleaning their nails. Now if you're the owner of the Hilton, you want to go through a war, you got to pay these guys. Now on top of that, he had the same tuxedo as the guys in the band. So he goes into the band to do one number with them. You couldn't find Tony Bennett. Wow. Because all the suits looked the same. They said, where's Tony? The only time you saw Tony when he raised his finger to the sky and he called it the basement.
Right. So basically it's Tony Bennett screwing Pat Cooper.
Yeah, right. They all do that.
And Lola Falana. Yeah. Although where the hell has she been?
Even Edie.
No.
How did you celebrate her muscular dystrophy, huh?
No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Now, Morty Gunty, God love his soul, Morty Gunty passes away, and I go to Morty Gunty's funeral, and Steve and Edie are there. And Edie comes on and goes, well, we lost a good friend. I says, Edie, what are you talking about, a friend? If this man was your friend, you wouldn't give him 10% billing.
Right.
I said, how dare you? Now he's your friend that he's dead? What happened to 100%? What happened to asking the person to be an equal? What was it cost?
You said this to her at Morty Gunty's funeral?
Yeah, and she looked at me, she got...
She was shaking, right.
Shaking. Because you know what? You're not supposed to say that.
Right.
Because they quote close show and they are star. They walk on water, but they don't understand it takes 6 people to hold them up. That they don't want to understand.
Well, you're not playing the game, though. You say you're not playing the game.
But people say, why don't you back off, get the money and run? Right. That's no fun.
No.
Oh.
That's not fun.
Now we get down to it.
That's
You want
not
to have fun.
Get the money and run. You know what the worst thing to do, Howard, is to give the money back. They get crazy.
Really?
When you give money back, they get nuts. Look, I don't want
I've never tried that myself.
No, but really, try it.
Not yet. We're not.
You become King Kong because now they hate you.
Right, because you don't need their money.
No, but not only that, if you didn't give it back, they call you a dog, so you lose there. If you give it back, they say you're still a bigger dog trying to embarrass me, but they don't give you the money and fight, so don't keep it.
Right.
Try it once in a while. Once in a while, I give the money back. I said, look, I don't want your money. I'd rather not do. Let's be friends. Who needs it? Where are we going?
Right.
Life is short. They go, yeah, trying to show me up. I said, I'm not trying to show you up.
So after you say something like that to Steve and Edie, do they, freak out?
Well, not they don't talk to you. They don't want you around. Now they call their friends. He's a wise guy. We've got to keep away from this guy. And Then Don Rick is another rocket scientist. He takes Steve's part. Yeah, he takes Steve's part. I called Don, said, Don, before you open your mouth, you better be a tough guy.
Right.
You better be tough. Because he said I should go back to Sicily where my relatives come. I said, first of all, I'm not Sicilian.
So he tried, too, to get you...
Oh, no, he did a couple of things. I think I'll throw him in, too. I'll throw
What did he do?
He does
Helen
everything.
Reddy?
Yeah,
Helen Reddy.
I said, they should arrest her for loitering in front of a band. So I got held for that.
Right.
Then her ex-husband, short guy.
Right.
He says, you know why he's saying that? Because I'm connected to the mob. I said, what am I connected? What does the mob got to do with what I'm doing?
You're saying you're connected to the mob? You have no mob connection.
Yeah, but they make excuses. Wait, you're Italian? You're supposed to. The minute you're Italian stands up for what he believes to be right, they say he's connected to the mob, which is so unfair.
That's not right.
I got no mob connection. I go home. The only mob I know is my wife and my daughter. That's
right,
my mob.
exactly.
But they can't handle that because the truth buries them. You see, you remind them of what they're supposed to say.
When you go to the Friars Club, do you wear a bulletproof vest? No, you walk in there and you're like a regular person.
I'll tell you, there's another thing. The Friars many years ago wouldn't have me get on a dais. They figured Italians can't ad-lib.
Oh, that's not why.
No, but I'm bringing a point out. They put you in a container.
Right.
Many performers put you in a container. Or many guys who run like the Friars and say, oh, Pat's a nice guy, but he can't do that. And I say, how dare you insult my intelligence? Give me a chance at it and see if I can't do it. Now they fight to get me on. That's what it's just so baloney. Then they have the special things. The Alan King roast, Pat Cooper can't go.
You can't go to the Alan King. Why can't you go?
You got to pay $1,000 because maybe Alan don't want you, maybe Frank Sinatra don't want you. I said, who's running this show here? Who's running the Friars, Sinatra, or who's running Alan King? I'm a man that you called to do the Jerry Lewis roast, the Rich Little roast. Now we're going to do the Bruce Willis roast. I want to be on every roast. Don't put me in a category, Friars, and they're out of order, and they know they're out of order.
I hate the Friars. I'll never join. You see, I don't join.
Are you a member or are you not?
I said, he's got me worked up. I'm not joining the Friars. It's nice to meet someone who's like me, paranoia free. You know what I mean? Absolutely. All right, listen, pal, let's calm down for a second.
Does he work Vegas?
Wait, don't ask him a question yet because we're going to take a break. Someone shot Pat out of a cannon. No, but you see what I like about him? He's honest.
Yes, and that you don't find very often.
No, Pat knows he's in the business. He knows he's being entertaining, but the point is there is all truth here.
Yes.
Thank you.
There are a bunch of phony balonies in this
You said
business.
entertaining, which I love you for that because it is part, it's part of my facade, if you want to call it that. It's part of me, but I mean it.
I know. You wouldn't say this stuff if you didn't mean it.
I know, but you know what it is? What kills me is that when you tell them money is not my God, It's not my God. What my God is to get along and to make a living and not to make wage.
This is what everybody says off mic.
Right.
You see,
Oh, yeah.
he's just saying it on mic.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody sits and tells these stories.
Sure.
I've heard these stories, but everyone gets like Steve Rossi,
sure.
who's a nice guy,
Lots
gets on
of
mic.
people
Oh,
take
Engelbert's a good guy. This
No,
guy's a good
Engelbert's not a good guy. And Tom Jones is not a good guy. And
Really?
I told Tom Jones on Humber Day, you're in my country. I better see second papers on you, baby. How dare you insult the American talent? How dare you? You're in my country, man. But you see, that Freddie Roman's a friend of mine.
But why is
Tom
Tom... Wait a second. Let's pick up on Tom Jones right after the commercials.
All right.
I got to rest.
Can you keep a
Hey,
note?
it's good to meet you, Pat. You're my kind of guy, really. You really are.
Thank you.
A nice man. Hey,
You better not say anything bad.
yeah, you're a fan of my show, though, right? Oh, look at this. Buttman the movie is here.
Oh.
We'll wait. We'll play it tomorrow.
All right.
Because when we got Pat here,
Pat.
Pat and Pat will do the news with us.
Okay.
Why not?
You got plenty to say on the news, right?
He must have some trouble with politicians.
I hope Engelbert's in the news. All right. And we both feel the same way about money. I'm always returning money.
Oh, please.
All right. We'll be back right after this. Yeah, it's always good to have Pat Cooper here. Even though it's the first time we've had him, it's just good having him here.
Has he told you more often?
Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to digest it all. It's pretty heavy stuff.
Show business is an ugly business.
Don't mention the name Jackie Mason.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I wish we would have the mic going.
We'll do it again. Don't worry about it.
All right.
You can work it up again.
Instant replay.
I just feel bad that Robin missed it. And the people at home. See, Pat Cooper is the kind of guy that I want to go see in concert.
Yeah.
You appearing anywhere?
Not really, not around here, but I'm going out with Connie Francis. Where the boys are!
Oh, I definitely want to go to
We
that
want to go to see
concert.
that. Yeah, Connie's
Francis. Connie, you know, this is...
You're as wild as Connie.
This is a third comeback. And I hope it's it. I mean, I love her, deal. I hope it's her last because this is it. I hope this one sticks.
Oh, you do like her?
Well, I like it. She's doing an evening of a legend. That's what frightens me. She's a young girl. She's not a legend yet. Give her a chance. Be a legend when you're in your 60s, you know. Give it a chance. You know, be a person and then a woman, then a girl, whatever.
Don't be in a rush to be a legend.
Yeah, but, you know, it's just so nice she's doing an evening where, you know, like one time I said to Vic Damone, I said, Vic, no disrespect, I worked with you twice. First time was a Vic Damone in concert. Here it is.
Right.
I said the second time was an evening with. What is the difference?
Right.
No, am I better off working an evening with, or am I better off working in concert?
Right.
He didn't talk to me for a year. And Al Martino?
Yeah.
He got arrested for stealing shirts from Massachusetts. So I sent him a wire. Please send me a 17-neck and 35 sleeve. He didn't talk to me for 2 years.
Really?
They get crazy.
I see, Pat's at
No
war.
sense of humor.
Pat's at the point in his career, the only friend he's got left is Connie Francis and us. I mean, because he is compelled to
And I
tell
never
the
seen
truth.
Connie that often. You know, I talk to her once in a while. She's always been nice to me. Hey, whoever's nice to me, I want to be nice to. And, you know, if they don't get along with Howard Stern, that's not my concern.
Well, didn't she threaten Dick Clark for a while?
I don't know who she threatened. I don't ask. I don't
went off
threaten.
the wall
I look, I laugh. I go. And she knows she cared about me. In fact, Steve Rossi, he put a whole article in the Wee magazine about me, which was very nice.
Right.
And she called up and said, Pat, I hope you're not hurting your career. I says, what am I hurting? I'm saying things that annoy me, and I think it's about time we stand up. She goes, yes, God bless you. God bless you.
Can you work in Vegas, even though you say all this
I
stuff?
don't know if I can work. I had been in Atlantic City for the last 10 years. Why wouldn't I work in Vegas? I think there might be one or two people that would like to keep me out. They can keep me out. I'm not, you know, Vegas is not my life.
So some people are trying to keep you out.
I don't know that for sure. I really don't.
When was the last time you worked there?
Oh, about 12 years ago.
I think that
Someone's
keeping
keeping
you
you
out.
out. Someone's keeping you out, yeah. I mean, if you haven't been asked
But let me ask you a question. Why would someone keep me out if 12 years ago ain't the same people running the town anymore? It's different people.
I've heard whispers. It's like an unwritten law. Pat Cooper's not allowed to.
Same people are
I wish I
performing
knew that for sure. Then if I knew that for sure, I would say fine.
No, but that doesn't make any sense,
No,
actually.
they're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. You know what it is? I called the shot. Remember a guy called Dick Maurice?
Yeah.
Used to be the number one, Walter Winchell of that area.
Right.
I used to do a show a couple of times a month, and I really let it go. I mean, I went after Tony Orlando one night. Remember he wanted to turn around when the prisoners came from Vietnam?
Yeah.
You used to go to the airport and tie a ribbon around each one of them.
Right.
I said, you tie a ribbon around them, I'll tie a ribbon around your neck.
Really?
I said, how dare you?
Right.
How dare you go to these prisoners and use these prisoners for your career, you idiot?
Right.
How dare you?
Yeah.
What,
Well,
he's sick?
he's an opportunist.
He wants to tie a ribbon around these poor guys who went 13, 12 years in prison, 10 years in prison.
Right.
I just strangled the guy.
Right.
But he wanted to do it, so I turned around and made a statement. So now he had a lot of friends around the town.
So you said what everyone was saying privately, but you say it publicly, and right away everybody's looking to give you a hard
And
time.
he said to me when I met him, he said, "What did you mean by that?" I said, "You're an asshole." That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon me.
Is that clear enough?
Well, you call Tony an a-hole. Let's put it that way. Oh, a-hole. You can say that.
No, but you're not allowed to stand there and say you can't do this. It's not fair. Now, Tony, if you want to make a stand, I respect that right.
Right.
Then let me make a stand.
Right.
That's it.
You have a right to say that.
No, you don't. They are closing the show. The only time you have the right if all of a sudden you become equal billing with them. Then they start saying, now you're with us.
Right.
Now,
like Jackie Mason.
That's right. Jackie Mason's a sad man.
Jackie Mason.
He wrote a book about me. I mean, he wrote a book. He put in the book. See, I didn't get a chance to answer him.
Right.
He put in the book. I was a nice man. He said, I'm a kind guy. I'm a very talented man. But one night I got vicious with him. And the truth is, I did get vicious on his tape recorder. I said, how dare you tell people that you are a rabbi when you turn around and you destroy your only friend you had, which was Pat Cooper. Because we worked together in Skokie, Illinois.
Right.
And they confiscated our money.
Really?
Because he owed money, they confiscated our money.
Right.
So I got mad and said, well, why are they taking my money? Don't get nervous, Pat. You know, a buddy of yours, you're a great lady, you're a wonderful Catholic person.
Right.
I'll straighten this thing out. Don't worry about it, says Jackie. I'm not worried about the money. But you didn't even come back to finish the show. That's what irked me. We owe these people a performance. He's in a car with a lawyer. 30 seconds they got the money. He found the Jews find lawyers right away.
Right,
He's in a car with a lawyer.
Right.
And he's got the lawyer's gone, Pat, don't give nervous. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to represent you in this. I said, wait a minute. Why are they taking my 10,000?
So
If he owes
stuck,
30,000.
but you stuck with Jackie.
Yeah. Now I call him. He don't call me for 6 weeks. I don't hear. Mr. Jackie, please call me, you mother. I've got vision.
Right.
How dare you, a rabbi, a man of the court, telling Pat Cooper that I got to just back down? I said, why don't you help him? Your friend, we worked a year together. Never called me. But he remembered that I got angry on the phone. So when he wrote the book, he puts down, first I'm a nice guy, then 2 seconds later I was vicious. And what Jackie Mason don't know, I know him better than him. So I worked with the man a year. We had a great act together. And no sour grapes. I wish him all the luck in the world. He's a funny man.
Right.
But no loyalty.
No loyalty.
Now, get your lawyers, Jackie. No loyalty. Get
No
your
loyalty.
lawyers. Because everybody's suing today. You know, he said
Right.
Sunday sue. But this is the truth. Now,
So what about that restaurant he opened up?
well, he said he wanted Jewish food in that restaurant. Why did he say it as soon as they put the first brick in the wall?
Right.
He didn't care.
Right.
He don't care.
Right.
He's so hot today, don't care. You know what? He don't know where he's coming, left or right.
Right.
Which is fine, enjoy. But they don't stop and say, let me smell the roses for 10 seconds. Why? Look how lucky I am. I'm making $1 million, $2 million a year.
And why were you calling him anyway?
I was calling him to find out what happened to the money.
You still haven't
like
gotten the
10,000.
money?
How do you you still haven't gotten the money?
No, I got it.
All
A
right.
year later, it cost me $3,000 for the lawyers. I lost $3,000, which is okay.
Right.
But now, on top of it, now the guy don't look in there like I'm wrong. So he tries to make you wrong. He don't talk, he don't look you in the eye. So I look at him, I say, Jackie,
And they won't let Pat sit on the Friars Club roast of Frank Sinatra. They didn't let him. They didn't let him sit on the
you're
board.
not allowed to, because you know what they say? He's a cop-out. Well, Frank picks who he wants. So Frank picks Tom Dreesen. He's as funny as my left toe.
Right.
You know?
Tom Dreesen's not funny.
No, but I mean, put somebody's got something to say.
Why does Frank put Tom Dreesen
Because
in?
Tom Dreesen listens to everything Frank says. If Frank says do a dance, he dances.
Right.
If Frank says, I like you because you have no opinions. I like it because you know I'm God.
Right.
And Tom goes, you are God.
Right.
See, Pat Cooper says, if you're God, then I'm the whole Nazi party.
Right.
But they don't understand it. You cannot say that to Frank because the boys say, Pat, do me a favor. Don't hurt the old man. I
Right.
don't mean the old man.
Right.
Who is this man?
Yeah.
I don't go to bed and I pray to him. If I got to pray to him, I got a problem. I
That's
said,
the truth.
I pray to Jesus Christ. I
That's
believe
right.
in him. He's not Jesus Christ, but there are people who say he is. Wise guys, tough guys with scar tissues on their tongue. I love him. He's my God.
Frank
This is your
Sinatra.
God. It was just one of those things, one of those crazy things. That's
Yeah.
what makes you a God.
What, because you can sing?
I'm saying, but this is what happens to people. They get mesmerized, and you're not allowed to say anything to him. He's the old man.
So when you wanted to sit on the Friars, did you call Frank and say, I want to sit
I
on...
wouldn't call Frank. I don't call nobody.
But Barbara Sinatra...
Yeah, but you got to be invited.
But
They
Barbara
don't invite-
Sinatra called Pat
Yes.
and asked him to do a benefit.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I did it at the Waldorf Astoria. And then the following year, she got Henny Youngman and paid Henny.
And paid Henny to do it.
Nice country, America.
Right.
I said, well, then I don't care for them. I got so damn mad. I said to Jilly, Jilly who represents everybody.
Right.
I said, Jilly, let me ask you a question. Is this right? He goes, what are you worried about? It's only a lousy few dollars. Why is it a lousy few dollars for me? But for Henny Youngman, it wasn't a lousy few dollars.
Right.
I said, Henny Youngman's got a right. He wants to get paid. God bless Henny Youngman.
Right.
I said, but don't pay me and then don't pay me and then not pay Henny Youngman.
Right.
Because I'm the first one to say it's not fair. He's got to get paid. See, I'll stick up. If I'm getting 2 bottles of whiskey in my dressing room, the guy working me or girl gets 2 bottles of whiskey. I demand it because I know how I would feel So I understand the feeling of people.
The show business is like this. This is what happens all the time, but nobody says anything.
All right, give me the first story.
All
Jerry Vale.
I say something.
Jerry Vale invites me to dinner.
Yes?
Invites me to dinner, gets a complimentary dinner.
Right.
He gets it for nothing. I got to leave the tip.
Really?
What?
Really?
I'm his guest for dinner. So he gets a $200 free dinner. I throw $50, $60. So it still cost me $50, $60 to go out to dinner with him, but he tells everybody I took out to dinner.
Right.
Look at this rocket scientist. Another gem.
The point is, if he's going to take you to dinner, let him leave the tip.
I take you to
right.
dinner. I go for the whole ball of wax. You go in your pocket. You don't talk to me anymore. That's
Right.
the proper. It's called being a gentleman.
Right.
Being a mensch.
Right.
This guy can't be a mensch because Jerry's in a fog. See,
Right.
Jerry's in a fog.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
He don't want to know. He goes on Letterman now shaking hands with people. That's where his career is now. Shaking hands with people. I don't understand these people. Doesn't he know that David Letterman, that they're putting him on?
You're goofing on him.
He doesn't realize this.
No.
To put yourself in that position, David Letterman, another bargain. I'll tell you what about him. Here's another one.
All right.
I got a contract to work the David Letterman show in Las Vegas. Joan Rivers puts me on a Monday. They cancel me. So I said, wait, whoa, back off. You canceling me? Because I did Joan Rivers. This is what I do. It's my living.
Right.
Well, if you do Joan Rivers, you can't do David Letterman. That's who's David Letterman. God, you push me aside. What have I done to David Letterman? I'm a giver. I got things to say. I'm a good guest. Give me a shot at it. But he put Lola Falana.
He did.
Who sang one of those songs that didn't mean nothing, but she loves God. She says, I found God. I said, I never knew he was lost. That's just what it is.
David Letterman did that to you.
Yeah, so
David Letterman did that to me.
No, I go to Dick Maurice, the guy who was talking about the Walter Winchell of Las Vegas. I says, this happened. He puts it in the paper, makes it a headline. Pat Cooper irked that David Letterman because he got a bad rap. They call up my manager. What does he think he's standing up to David Letterman?
Right.
Standing up to David Letterman. I eat him up for breakfast. Who is David Letterman?
Right.
And I got to turn around and make a novena. Who is this guy?
Right.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, right.
I want David Letterman to know we're all people. God forbid, David, you need my blood.
Right.
And I'm the only one that's got your type. What if I turn around and said, die? Then I'm a lowlife. I would never, if I hated you, I wouldn't do that. But give me a fair trial. Don't push me because I did Joan Rivers.
The point is, you need to do this.
I gotta get myself exposed.
Right.
But you know who'll put on? Your friend, Sandra Bernhardt, who hasn't said a word in 30 years.
That's right.
She don't say a word in 30. I'd like to know what she does. What does she? I saw her at the Concord. I found her the next day. She emptied that room. In 22 minutes, the room was empty. She packed them out. And I know she's your friend, but I got to tell you the truth. This girl is as funny as a rock. She's a lucky girl because she's got nothing. You know what it is? It's like Judy Tenuta. What does she do? God mighty, she help me. He plays the accordion. Dick Contino plays the accordion.
Right.
He can't get a job.
Right. A real accordion player.
Right. A real accordion player.
Well, you know something? You're about as angry. Maybe you're angrier than I am.
No.
Yeah, you're angrier than I am.
I'm not. I'm just disgusted because I'm 60 years old next birthday. Where am I going? I saw the movie. Where am I going?
That's right.
So when I was 40, doing well with the 6 figures every year, still making 6 figures a year,
right.
It's about time you contribute to something. Right. They say, what do you want to be remembered for? I say, I want to be remembered for that I was a stand-up comic, I held my own. I'm not going to be,
one of the greatest stand-up
I want to hold my own, and I said something about my business. And those who try to hurt it, I try to stand in their way so you can't do this. Because if we make the water dirty, our kids are going to drink it, you idiots.
Right.
We got a business behind. We got people coming up behind us. Good, talented people. We screw it up, they ain't got a shot. But these guys are greedy. And comics can get greedy. They get nuts.
Well, you see what Pat's saying, Robin.
Well, I see, well, in the Letterman case with Howard, Howard went on some other show.
I went on...
Bill Boggs, comedy, whatever that was.
Yeah, Comedy Tonight, and they got mad at me. And I wanted to repay the favor to Bill, because Bill has always...
Bill has been good.
When I got fired, he let me promote a couple of things and get the word out to people. So I went on, and they were pretty heavy with me. And then when I was signed to do a TV show with Fox, I stopped being a guest on Letterman for a while.
Right, so he goes in and out with you.
Yeah, he does. He's very particular about that. He doesn't want... You see, he just doesn't want his show to appear to be the same as everyone else's, but... He's also got to look at somebody's career.
He went to Vegas for a week as an arrogant man. They knocked his brains out. He was arrogant. I mean, and I say, look, if you have produced something great, if you walked on the water, if you opened walls with your breath, and you were so great, we would look up to you. Right. I want him to tell me to my face what he has done in my business that rates him a show. Number one, he's the luckiest guy. You should go to church every day. He should say, God, why did I get such a break? When we got greatness, walking the street, can't get a job. Right. Greatness. Right. And this Einstein sits there, and he goes, ram, baby. That's his thing with the rim shot. Right. He gets his hand, rada, baby. That's his ad-lib. Rada, baby. I'd ad-lib him with my tongue tied. But he don't want you around. You know why? Because he knows that if I sit down with him, I'm going to tell him what I think of him. Right. Not to be nasty intentionally. To say, Dave, you want to discuss something? Let's discuss your talent. I'm tired of me sitting here and explaining to you why why I have to be good to you? Who are you? Why are you dictating my life? What are you, a warden? You know what I'm saying?
Why did you say that to him, Howard?
I did say that, but he hung up.
Now, Sandra Bernhardt, her big thing now is she's going with Madonna.
Right, that's
the talent.
Right.
Now, if I go out with you, I'll probably lose 4 jobs.
Oh, he is right, because although I saw Sandra on Letterman the other night. She was funny.
All right, I didn't see her.
Right,
No, I didn't see her.
She was funny when she was here.
She was funny when she was here.
When I saw her, first of all, she got an eye. See, first of all, she has a lip problem. Big lip problem.
Yeah, okay, but that's,
No, she has a big lip problem, see, because, while she's talking, see, the lip is going one way and her voice is going another direction. Right. The lip don't match her voice.
Yeah, okay. But, all right, but even still, I mean, I see what you're saying about, you wanted to do the Letterman show, but how could you turn down Joan Rivers? Joan Rivers is a friend of yours?
Everybody. I do Joe Franklin, for crying out loud. Right. I say, Joe, I'd like to come on your show. I do your radio show. I do Barry Farber's. I want to be a part of everything in my business.
You do Barry Farber's show?
I love Barry Farber. He
really?
You know why? He says, Pat Hawaiian, don't get another word in.
Yeah, and do you understand what he says?
I don't care what he says.
You know he makes no sense, Barry Farber?
Really? It doesn't make sense. He makes sense by saying, Patty, how do you feel? And he doesn't have to do it. He can go to a movie and come back and the show's still going on.
Yeah, but he's a big loudmouth. He has nothing to say.
Well, hey, I did Morton Downey the other day, okay?
Now, why would you do that?
Because it's part of my business. What am I going to do? I got to get on shows. I got to get on things to voice my opinion.
Well, because also you have this problem. If you're telling the truth about everybody, they're not going to book you at certain places because now Steve and Edie, they're not going to let you...
You never know. Don't say that. Me and Joan Rivers had a big war.
Oh, really?
I went on Sally Jesse Raphael for 30 minutes strong and told everybody what a piece of banana she was because she was knocking people, calling them hooers and tramps and pigs, and I turned around and said, she's not going to get away with that. I'm going to stand there. I'm going to blow away. And I got on every show I could possibly get on and say, Joan, you're out of order. If anybody's a whore, your daughter's a whore maybe, and maybe you're a whore, and maybe you're a tramp. How do you like that, sweetheart? Never said a word. Never said a word. So she makes a phone call to our mutual friend. Says, get him off my back. So as a joke, I wrote a cartoon book.
Yeah.
Cost me $5,000. I made 5,000 of them.
Right.
And I gave them out to everybody. I'm not kidding her.
Yeah.
Putting her, give her a zinger.
Right.
I sent her a $200 basket of fruit with whiskey in it saying, Joan, I only pick on the big people because that was her cliche.
Right.
She saw this. She got mad. How can he make fun of me this way?
All of a sudden she
didn't like it.
Now
you're not.
Now we get back to the truth. About a year or so later, her husband, God rest his soul, called me and said, Pat, we'd like to have you on the show. And my wife says, something, that's a classy thing. I mean, after all, you had a run-in. I said, well, hey, you're nice to do that. Okay. It's over.
It's over with.
I got on the show. We shook hands. I gave her a hug. In fact, I just worked at Westbury. I worked at a Valley Forge. Okay. But she knew that I didn't do it just want to destroy her career.
Right.
I stood up.
You wanted to make a statement.
And say, hey, honey, we're in a business. You call an airline stewardess whores and tramps and back off a little because these people have no way of defending themselves.
Right.
So I put my 2 cents in. But you see, I can get all the money, Howard, don't say a word, and I can kiss behinds like you don't believe. I had Frank Sinatra almost in the palm of my hand.
Right.
His mother loved me.
Right.
But I would not walk the line because it's not me. I want to be an individual.
So when those guys told you to jump, you would not jump because they thought he's just another guy.
My mother and father don't make me jump.
Right.
They couldn't tell me what to do. I said, you're out of order, Ma. You're out of order. How dare you disrespect me? How dare you think you can abuse me? Who do you think you are? Because you gave birth to me gives you a privilege?
Right.
And that's before child abuse.
That's right.
Now, when my mother and father hit me, they should have been in the electric chair 40 times.
Right.
Today, we turn around and we give them a lawyer.
Right. My
father said, I want so bad to kill you.
Yeah.
And, today that's called viciousness.
Right.
My father would say, why don't you turn around and die so we can take the land that you're standing on and give it to somebody who wants to go to work?
Right. That's it.
So what do you do?
Yeah.
So you're going to tell me I'm going to stand up? I'm going to be afraid to stand up to these
people? It's unbelievable how you stood up. Seriously. It is. It's very admirable.
Very tough.
It is admirable.
You don't see many people doing it.
No, seriously. What Pat presents.
I commend a man who doesn't bow to a Frank Sinatra.
Let's face it, Pat is tremendously entertaining, but underneath it all, there's a lot of truth.
Absolutely.
And you got to admire that.
Absolutely.
I mean, why should Lola Falana be allowed to pick up the phone and say that Pat Cooper can't open
She's
for her?
the first lady of Las Vegas.
Yeah, and believe me, his career is a lot more happening than Lola's ever was.
Who is she?
What has Lola ever sung? What song has she ever sung that was
a big hit? She doesn't say nothing. She talks about finding God, and she walks out with her bazooms hanging and her rear end hanging out.
Right,
she's talking about,
she found God.
Yeah, like these people talk about Mother Teresa, a great woman.
Right.
They're walking around half naked.
Right.
Mother Teresa, I love you. Why did you walk the waters?
The only thing I know about her is her boob popped out on the Johnny Carson show.
You know what happened? She raised the price $25,000.
Right. But you don't even hear about her anymore.
No, she should be in the center full of popular mechanics.
Right. All right, Pat, listen.
Like a wrench.
I have an idea.
A wrench.
Is it Friday yet?
Oh,
It's got to be Friday. I got to go home. I got to rest up. Got a big weekend.
I'm telling you.
Pat Cooper, everybody.
You thought you had gripes.
Hey, he's a lot more angry than I am. Although I have 4 hours a day to get it out.
That's true.
You do. You have a great.
Because how many rat bastards are in this business?
Too many.
That I don't point out every day.
Too many.
The whole Daily News. Liz Smith. Liz Smith, that's a princess, huh?
Can I tell you something? I don't read these people. You know why? Because to me, there's no importance. They're not teaching.
No, come on. In our business, it is important.
Yeah, I mean, there's no importance to me to say. So I read it. So they said, you hear what Liz Smith says? So okay, fine. So what else?
I don't know. When she gets the story wrong.
Yeah, well, I don't read half of these people. I don't bother with.
You know, when Elaine Boozler's boyfriend punches me.
Yeah, and you wind up socking him.
I wound up being the guilty party, according to her article.
Well, he punched you?
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. That
Really?
This Elaine Boozler, she's been around for, 16 years?
Probably.
And what has she done?
Well, she's been doing pretty.
She's doing terrible.
I don't know what she's doing now.
She's still playing Chuckles, okay? She's never played any big places. And what did she do? She did a Showtime special, okay? What is that?
Well, we have a lot of that going in our business. They go through 8, 9, 10 years and then they disappear.
Good.
But she's a comedian. Tell me a laugh she gave.
Hey, tell me one joke she ever said.
Well, again, with Judy Tenuta, how long can you play Lady of Spain?
All right. You got to have something else going on.
I think any man right now that would go on a stage and sing with his finger in his nose will become the biggest thing in the world.
Right. No, it's a gimmick.
It's
a gimmick.
Right. It's something different.
Right.
They don't want to hear a great Matt Monroe, God love us all, Paso, who sings so great, and the Vic Damones who sing great. But see like a Dionne Warwick, and not what a producer face she is.
Really?
Oh, she's got, you know the old story, now she's raising money for AIDS.
Right.
That's the only thing she can get is spades. That's what she can get.
What's spades?
Spades.
Me black?
Yeah.
That's not nice to say.
That's wonderful to say.
No, it's
because
not.
She deserves that. She's another one, does 20 songs without an interruption and bores you to stiff.
Yeah, but you don't.
Bathroom break.
But you're not anti-black, are you?
No. Has nothing to do with that. It was the play on words.
I understand. Oh, okay. Well, that's not nice humor, though, is it, Robin?
Well, listen, what's the difference?
I didn't understand it.
All right, what's the difference?
All right.
I didn't mean that as an anti-black man. Listen, call me a guinea. I don't get crazy.
Right, I know what you're saying.
I go, God bless you. What's
right? He say, let them call him what you want. Who cares?
There's another one. See, they want to raise money because they got no hit record.
Right.
The minute you got a hit record, they start to say,
miscarried.
So what do you say? In other words, you feel her whole motivation in life.
Yeah, I don't believe anything she says because I worked with her and I know her. I don't believe anything she says.
Dionne Warwick.
I don't believe that she cares. Only for Dionne Warwick. That's all she cares about. Is
what did she do to you?
Who, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, she's another one. I turned her out a date with her. She turned around and said, I don't want him on a show. She said, he don't like singers. I said, what happened to my talent?
Right.
What happened to my talent?
Right.
I don't like the president, but if you invited the White House entertain, I'd go.
Right.
That's
you're
what
an
I mean.
entertainer.
Yeah, but no. They want to know because they can't control you. They can't control you. I can't control this man. Because she does 20 songs without a miss. You never see a bathroom break.
Right.
You see people in bunches get up to go to the bathroom.
Right.
She just sings 20 songs.
And that's it.
Bores you to death.
Right.
The boy, I reckon you can listen to her, but you got to look out, you get heart failure.
Right. She's not a good-looking woman.
Forget good-looking. I don't care if she looked like Quasimodo. Quasimodo was ugly, but you cried. You fell from a Quasimodo. You wanted to hug his hump and everything and kiss him and say, what a wonderful person to swing back and forth in the bell and help Maureen O'Hara. I love you. She wouldn't help nobody.
Really?
So she got Frank and Sammy to stand there and say, we're going to raise money for AIDS. Fine. What happened to people who do good and don't have to publicize it?
Right.
Why don't you just do it? Like a guy from a born-again Christian. If you were born right the first time, you wouldn't have to be born a second time.
That's right.
If you're a born-again Christian, you found Jesus Christ, that's wonderful. Keep it to yourself and do some good.
But you bring up a good point. Because he does bring up a good point. In other words, what about the guy? Let's say, the nice thing would have been to say to Pat Cooper, hey, you got to make a living. You can open up my show.
If you're a magnanimous person,
that would have been
Pat Cooper's opening, I'd like to go meet him. Right. Hi, Pat. How you doing? We're going to have a great time.
Instead, she says, hey, I don't want you on my show.
Because you don't like singing.
And plus,
I'm getting rid of you.
But if Pat Cooper had AIDS, then she'd help
raising
him.
money.
As long as she can get it in the account.
Absolutely.
That's what you're saying.
And again, I'm saying, if you're a man of decency, a woman of decency, and you want to do some good, you don't have to call up and say, listen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to donate $10,000 to the Howard Stern Fund.
Right.
You do it. Keep your mouth shut and go about your business. You don't go tell the guy, I just gave that waiter $40. Nobody, you do it.
Right. You don't have to think of a title.
Word of mouth will come around and say, son, this is a gentleman.
Right.
He does the thing quiet. But these people say, I'm going to go on a telethon, and I'm going to go up. But you know what they want? You got to pick me up a limousine. I need 7 tickets. I need 14 rooms. I need bodyguards. So it costs $11,000 for that person to raise $9,000. So you're going to hold for $2,000.
That's true. Listen, I got to take a break.
Take a break.
Let's take a break, Pat. You need a break. You're all worked up.
Nah.
You're upset. You're just upset, that's all. Believe me. Where are you going?
No, I just want to stretch.
Oh, okay. Hi, Big Pat.
Yeah.
How soon can you come back on the show?
Can you be here once a week?
How do you want till 10:30?
Till 10. Sometimes I go till 10:30.
Sometimes I do. One Friday I heard you on 10:30.
Sometimes I go to 11.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But today I got a meeting, so, I'll get off
I
at a
won't
decent
I won't go
hour.
to your room, I promise you.
No, I got a meeting outside the station.
And I swear to you, I won't call you, I won't get involved in your personal life. I'll wave to you once in a while. Don't think that
Hey,
disrespectful.
cut it out.
No,
You
I want to,
actually know, Steve?
You know?
Can I tell you something? You have to understand, the man's been divorced 4 times from partners.
Oh, Steve
And
Ross.
he likes to be liked. He needs somebody to.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so when he came to your office, he wanted that higher age Steve guy, great.
Well, we do that all the time. It's just one time I couldn't do it.
But he's very sensitive.
I know. Well, did he call you and talk to you about it?
No, I don't. The only time I see him, it's like maybe in the dark.
Right. Yeah. True. But he's a good guy.
I love Steve. He's a
real
talented guy.
Yeah, he is.
And I had a lot of fun with him. And hey, Marty Allen should be grateful that he went back. He really. Because
right.
Marty wasn't doing that great.
That's right.
But he's got to split it 3 ways.
With Katie
Marty,
and
the wife, and so I said, Steve, why do you take this nonsense? If I was Marty's partner, Marty hang me if I go back with him.
Right.
Because I say, Marty, if this is what you think I'm worth, then forget about it. Goodbye.
Right.
Where's the character of people today? Where's the morals?
Right.
I don't say we're right 100%, but these 75-25, that you're right. They don't even try. They say, well, I need the money.
Right.
Oh, I see how it works. You need the money.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's take a break and let's do some news together.
Whatever you want to do.
Because you've been talking about show business. I'm sure you're into reading the papers and knowing what's going on.
Love to do the news.
Pat Cooper's here, Robin.
I know.
Let's see you get through the news. I want to see that.
I bet one thing, he'll be off to the races.
Yeah, that's good, though. I like that. I like a guy with an opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like guys who come on
nothing but opinion.
and tell me,
everybody's beautiful.
They're very wishy-washy. Yeah. I don't need that.
I love that person. Don't say anything bad about it. Oh, they're great.
Yeah, I hate when everyone, every guest we have on here says everyone is great.
No, it's really beautiful.
You never can find a bad word about anyone.
Yeah, everybody's wonderful.
But Pat doesn't go out of his way to say something. It might appear that he's got something
Going
against
out of his
everyone.
way?
But this is based on true life experience.
He just said Steve was a nice guy.
Yeah,
You got to stand to be counted, man. If you don't stand to be counted, forget about it.
Right.
I mean, we all served our country when it was time. We all had our poverty days. We all went through hell together. We all try to become successful. All we got to do is pat the guy in the back and he's more successful. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares? Well, my argument is when the ship is sinking,
Go ahead.
these people will grab the jewelry and grab all the money. Pat Cooper will grab the container of water, and they ain't got enough jewelry to buy my water when we're under after 35 days.
Say it.
That's the story.
There you go.
That's
All right.
common sense. All right, back to the news.
What would you have grabbed?
I would have grabbed the water, sweetheart.
No, I meant Howard.
A little jewelry there. You never know. You might survive. I'll be honest
You
with you.
never know how long you'll be out there.
You never know.
But for the moment, you got to use your brain. The common sense is, what do? Grab something that you need. If it's out there, it's ice, grab the blanket.
Yeah.
These guys go, where's the money?
Right.
What money ain't going to save you, pal?
That's right. Now,
Common sense.
I would grab the water, too. Believe me.
Yeah, I know you would.
Believe me, I would.
Maybe the Kool-Aid.
The trouble is, he wouldn't know what would save him. He's like,
Well, I thought maybe the jewelry. I could pay somebody with the jewelry to get my water. All right. But anyway, let's take a break. Pat Cooper's here. We'll do some news because we haven't finished the news, Robin.
No, we have not.
All right. We'll be back right after this. Hey, you don't smoke, do you? You quit, right?
20 years.
You quit 20 years ago.
How'd you do that? Cold turkey?
No. What happened was the doctor said I had a note on my voice. He said, you may have to put a box there. That's what cigarettes does to you. Never press another one.
Right. Scared you.
Press another one.
It scares you. Well, not everybody has that kind of scare. A lot of people don't care if there's a note on their voice because they don't use their voice for a living. Now, how are you going to quit? You have no willpower. Nobody has willpower anymore.
It's tough.
It's very hard to quit. I'm sure even with the note, you said, just one last cigarette.
No, but what happened was, it's amazing. He said to me, Pat, I visualized myself with a box and this echo going, hello, Mr.
Burping out your words.
And I'm saying, oh, mother of God, what's the matter? I said, and I never wanted one. I never touched one. He took me to the operating room, took the note, I said, everything's fine. And he said, cigarettes? I said, I wouldn't touch it. And I never,
right.
I put one in my mouth when I did Charlie's Angels, and I almost threw up.
Really?
It was great.
You did Charlie's Angels?
Yeah. I'll tell you that story with Cheryl Ladd.
She's another one.
Cheryl Ladd? Well, let me tell you how to quit smoking, and then we'll get to Cheryl Ladd.
She married Johnny Paleo.
No kidding. All right, hold on a second. I always knew there was something wrong with that Cheryl Ladd. I couldn't put my finger on it.
How'd she ruin that?
Yeah, right.
I'll put your finger on it.
Right. Thank you. Want to smell my finger?
Oh, dear.
Hey, tell Meg to stay home. I think we might be on another 4 hours. I got a meeting now.
This
All right.
man needs to vent. I think we're helping.
Let me tell you something. This is the nicest thing we could have done. Letting Pat come on here and just get it all off his chest. He'll go home a happy man today.
I can't believe he was supposed to be here a week ago.
And I won't call you. I swear I'll never come to your office.
No. I would appreciate
No,
you
but I won't
coming to my
go. You
office.
see, no, it's not because it's disrespect to you. It's because I care about you. You know the old saying, when a man invites you to his house to sleep, and he doesn't do it, means he loves you.
No, the only reason I didn't have Steve Rossi back to my office is I had to work. You understand what goes into a show like this?
Busting your cucumbers.
But you understand that a show like this...
I'm not going to come to your office.
And don't you write anything bad about him 10 years from now just because he said that.
That's right.
I am not going to go on. I wait for Howard, lovely. Everything fine.
Wait, let me write down Cheryl Ladd. And the only people left on the list, I have a list here.
Yes.
Cheryl Ladd, Cher.
Cher.
What is the Cher story?
I don't know. You must have something on her.
No. Who's got it? That's what I feel sorry for.
You feel sorry for Cher?
I feel sorry for her because, this poor girl's supposed to be suffering. Everybody's suffering.
Right.
Everybody was an Academy Award. 20 days later, it's not to suffer.
Right. In other words, she lived with Sonny all those years.
There's poison on the goddamn statue.
Right. It's a curse. It's a curse.
Everybody who won that award really didn't want,
they suffer.
The only one I think didn't so well, he suffered too. The guy that made the Indian pick it up, he got fat.
Marlon Brando. Yeah. That's right.
He went to Tahiti, and he started sucking on coconuts for about 3 years, and he became enormous. So you see, there's a God upstairs. Everybody gets stairs.
All right, here's a list of people after the news, Robin, that Pat's going to get to.
Okay.
All right. The Pope. We met Andy Devine, Vinny Mazzio Jr., and Pee Wee. Vinny Mazzio Jr. and Pee Wee Herman. Those are the 4 names left.
Yeah, Pee Wee quieted down, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he quieted down. Yeah. He wants to be now, what's his real name? I can't think of his
Paul Rubens.
He wants to be Paul Rubens.
Does he really?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
He wants to go back to being Paul Rubens.
It's like the unknown comic. He blew a career. Took the
bag off his head.
And it went bananas.
He should listen to you,
Should have kept it until it burned out, then take the bag off.
Because we talked to Paul Rubens, right, Robin?
Oh, yeah.
And he was boring.
Paul Rubens has no personality.
We interviewed him. I got to find the tape of that.
Pee Wee is the guy.
Yeah.
Pee Wee's interesting. Paul, very boring, man.
That's why I loved Andy Kaufman. He came into character so great. He was
great.
Very believable, And when he played the 2 characters, he had 2 parking spaces at NBC, which wigged me out.
Really?
He had one with the Tony thing he did,
right,
and one with Latka.
No kidding.
So when Johnny Carson said, he says, who do you want? He says, Andy Kaufman. No, Andy Kaufman's not available, but Tony's available. So I thought it was a joke.
Right.
So they brought Tony on. Then he said, well, you'll do Latka too. He said, well, Latka will come too, but I need 2 parking spaces. And they gave him the 2 parking spaces.
Well,
I told Johnny, don't you ever call me Andy on this show. Because he said, so Andy, how do you... He said, I'm not Andy. I'm Tony so-and-so.
Right.
And Johnny goes, excuse me? He says, what do you mean, excuse me? He said, you asked me on the show? I'm Tony. I'm not... It was Andy. And went through this whole thing, and it was brilliant.
Wow.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
Poor man.
We always...
so fast.
We always talk about him.
Yeah.
That taxi show is so great.
That's right.
Guys.
Oh, that's a great show.
God, they take those off the air. What a sin.
Hey, later on, also, Pat's going to tell us about how Lassie, the dog, peed on him once.
Yeah.
And,
Twice. In Jilly's.
Yeah,
he was with Frank.
Yeah,
Lassie
wait till you hear this story.
Frank put him up to it.
Robin, you're going to flip when you hear this story. This is the most unbelievable story, and Pat Cooper's the only one who would admit to it.
The only dog that can sit at Frank's table in Jilly's. That's a big thing.
That's right. Jilly and Frank allow Lassie into the what they call the Rat Pack.
Right.
Yeah, it was the Lap Pack.
Lap Pack.
Right.
Labrador Retriever Pack. Collie Pack.
Yeah, Collie.
So,
oh, dear.
Yeah, but I bet you miss hanging out with Frank and those guys. Were you ever in the Rat Pack? You ever in the Rat Pack?
No, I'm not a joiner. I'm not a joiner. I want to be by myself, make macaroni, wipe and go to sleep. They're getting on your nerves, these people. I want to be quiet.
And you look good. You're in good shape.
Yeah, 60 years old.
Right. Why do you stay so thin? You
don't swallow.
Right. You don't swallow.
What does he think of Dean Martin?
What do you think of Dean Martin?
Well, Dean Martin's on cloud 7.
Right.
Dean Martin, Dean's for Dean. Dean don't want to be bothered with nobody.
Right.
Dean's just got, everybody loves somebody. He don't want to be bothered with nobody. Dean likes to be by himself. Once in a while,
you could appreciate that.
I know, I respect that. The man, he's very calm. I love ripping. Doesn't bother nobody. Hits a couple of golf balls. That's nice. He's wonderful. He don't bother nobody. He's wonderful. He's pretty for the people. What is the problem?
Right, no problem.
But you know what it is? Those who want the press.
Lola Falana, this kind of people.
You know why? Because that's the only way they can make it. Right. They got to start a fight. Como don't have to start. These things are nice songs. People love them.
Right, there's no problem there.
You don't want to be bothered.
Well, the reason I asked that question is because the rumors circulated after Dean was off the Legends tour that Dean didn't hold up his end, that he wasn't working well.
I think when Dean lost his son, Dean lost most of his ambition to work.
And I think Dean might have been drinking.
Yeah, and I think that might have bothered him. I think Frank might have leaned on him a little bit. He might say, Frank, do me a favor, take a walk.
Right.
Don't dictate my life. Yeah, who are you?
Yeah.
Leave me alone already.
Who's Frank Sinatra?
He's in mourning for his son. I mean, and then he lost his future daughter-in-law, I think 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
He loved this girl.
How did he lose her?
He lost her. She died from cancer, I believe. I believe it was cancer. But officially, it wasn't his daughter-in-law. It was his son's
future wife.
Right. Live-in. And so twice
In 2 weeks, he lost 2 people that he loved dearly. His son and he lost. So, he wants to go on a tour and they want to start, playing games. And he probably said, listen, I'll do my thing. Let me out of it. I'll forget about it. He's entitled.
Yeah, because I've heard lately that it was because he didn't feel like being Frank's little boy.
Right, so it wasn't drinking, it was just that he wanted to sit and count out a Frank.
Yeah, he didn't want to play that game.
No, when Frank says we're having a meeting, I don't like what you did. I mean, this a man still a major star. You don't talk to Dean Martin that way.
Right.
Hey, Dean, something wrong. Can we help you? We're your friends.
Right.
What do you need? What can we do to make you happy? You want to go back home? God love you. Go back home. I can understand. They don't do that because Frank wants to win. Frank wants to tell people, I'm the God, you're going to do what I say. And I think Dean, I give him credit, stood up to him, said no.
That's right.
See, Sammy jumps when Frank says, well, Sammy jumps.
Sammy jumps right up.
Well, Sammy likes to jump. He loves all that stuff.
Right.
Sammy, but that's Sammy's problem.
Right. He's always been jumping for everybody.
And that's
Excuse me, we're running a show here. You can't use this as a hallway.
Ooh, Robin, what's going on over there?
I'm sorry. Did I have a blow up?
That's one thing. Pat Cooper comes in right away. You're telling people off. You have to be so calm. I feel like telling someone, Fred, that's it. I'm finally standing up to you.
I love it.
I'm sick of you and what you did to me. Yeah.
I love it. Oh, gosh.
How's that, Fred?
I stand corrected.
All right, I'm just kidding. I was getting all upset like I mean it. All right, we'll get to the Pope and Andy Devine and Vinny Masiello Jr. later. All right, but we've got to do some news, Robin.
Yes, and I don't know if I'm wrong to say this.
You probably are, but go ahead.
But I think our president is a wacko.
President Bush?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
He has decided that he's going to ask for a constitutional amendment to exempt free speech protection for desecration of the flag. Last week the Supreme Court ruled that you could burn the flag. So he's getting busy with an amendment to the Constitution.
He likes
for flag burning.
He likes... I thought the amendment to the Constitution was to get Pat back in Vegas. That would be something I'd get behind. In other words, Bush would come out and say, hey, a man has been wronged.
Is the First Amendment the First Amendment, or is it a First Amendment and a half?
Right.
What are they doing?
Well, this
Leave
is Bush.
the amendment alone and stop busting cucumbers here.
Right.
Let the thing lay the way it's supposed to lay. Why we keep amending the amending of the amending?
Right.
We're so full of bull.
That's right.
So this guy now, he's turning around. Look, the guy burns the flag. He's angry. He's mad. That doesn't mean he hates his country. He's making a statement.
That's all.
That doesn't mean he's trying to get attention.
And who burns the flag anymore anyway?
The gays and...
Right. Big deal.
Well, they got rights too.
That's right.
They want to get married. Let them get married.
Who cares?
Kiss and hug. Let them go. God loves them. I wish them all well. What do they bust? I got to have parade, and I can't get into the subway.
That's right.
I got to climb over 94 gay people. They said, excuse me, I want to get in the subway. They said, what's more important? My career or the subway?
That's right.
And I saw, right, I stand there like a klutz, and the guys are smiling at me, and they're watching, and the drums are banging, and they going, we want to be gay. God bless you. Get married. I'll come to your wedding.
Well, let me get to the subway, right?
It took me about 32 minutes to get to the subway. They said, the policeman said, you can't go through here. So why is it was a gay parade? I said, but why is there a gay parade? Oh, they want to get married. Let them get married. Open the church so we can get into the subway. What are you aggravating these people for? They're wonderful people.
But it's true, Bush likes to, use, remember when he was running for president?
Right, it was the whole Pledge to the Allegiance.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Because he really is the kind of guy who does nothing. He's just sort of...
He was a fighter pilot.
Right.
What happened to his kumasigamas?
Right.
What happened to that?
Yeah.
What happened to his courage?
Right.
The Japs said there were the Germans there. I'll get him there. A great, brave, tough guy. What the other guy? Carter was a submarine captain.
Yeah, what happened to him?
Take it down, enemy. All of a sudden become president, go, you know something? This is wrong. And this is right. And this is wrong. And this is right. And we say, Mr. President, we got to blow up. I don't do. But you were a captain of a submarine. Then you press a button and throw a couple of torpedoes. Oh, I don't want to do it. I'm the president now. All torpedoes stop now.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, I say that either he thinks he can't solve any real problems that we have, and he has to make up issues he can get behind, like the burning of the flag, the Pledge of Allegiance.
Right.
But I really am
he wants to stay
fearful.
with China.
Yes, I'm fearful that we have no leadership in this country.
He would have been the greatest president. He said, I condemn those people getting killed in China, and I don't want nothing to do with China, and China got we're not afraid of you or Russia, and you ain't getting nothing. How does that grab you? Everybody come home and screw you, China. Then they would have said, what up, Prez? That's our president.
Right.
No. They was, well, you never know. We may need a
that was wrong.
You never know.
We have to build more Coca-Cola.
No, they're stupid. They're worried about a chicken franchise in China.
Chicken franchise.
Can you believe the dynasty of millions of years ago, these Chinese people building and carving and creating, and now you got a McDonald's in the greatness of this dynasty?
Right.
Are we sick?
All right, what else is in the news, Robin?
Oh, dear.
The news?
Yeah, we have to get through these stories.
Robin, I thought she was just talking off the top of her head.
No,
That's the greatest news I've ever heard.
It's great news.
It's funny news.
It is. Well, you made it funny.
Yeah. Well, no, not really. You just talk about what's happening.
That's right.
That's right. That's what.
Well, what else is happening, Robin?
Well, they had a big conviction of some mob guys in New Jersey yesterday.
Oh, you're not bringing this up because Pat Cooper's here.
No,
He
I
has
didn't
nothing to
want
do with the mob.
I never, I was afraid of bringing up the story thinking that Pat would think that I was doing this just because he's here. But
Certain
that's not
entertainers
true.
have always maintained that you were associated with the mob.
Well, everybody says, he's Italian. He probably knows the boys. I know a few girls, too. What does that mean?
Right.
Have
you ever met any mob guys?
Oh, sure.
Oh, you have?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, so-called what they claim were mob guys. I was, hey, in my business, you're in a company of everybody. And a lot of them, they said, we're at the Copacabana. They were ringside.
Right.
They came in there with their family entertained. I didn't ask them, what do you do for a living? I didn't care. There were rumors of other guys do this, a guy. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
That's his
They
problem.
come nice, they send you a drink, they say thank you, come over, you respect. You want a favor, I'll do it. I never asked them for a favor. Never.
Well, that was smart.
I wouldn't. No, I don't ask nobody. And if I make a mistake, I don't say I'm going to call my friends to protect me. I take the rap.
Right.
I go to take the rap because once you ask for a favor, you're trapped.
That's right.
So you don't ask. If I make a mistake, I take the rap. I don't say, Nicky, Al, my pal, Al. Al, listen, look, Al, can you help me? What happened? The guy wants to rub me out, beat me up. Al. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. Okay, Al, my pal, Al. He turns around, beats up the guy that goes by that took care of the guy. Al, you're a great guy, Al. Now I'm obligated. And if they catch the guy, then me and Al go to jail.
Right.
And Al says, what you doing to me, Al? And he calls his pal Al.
Right.
There's a lot of Al.
There's a lot of Al's out there. So you got to be careful.
Everybody's Al, my pal Al.
Could you avoid the subject of the mob?
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Well,
What else you
5 of them
there?
got convicted. 3 of them, they're going to rub out John Gotti.
Right, yes.
Now, look what's going on in my world. Now they're protecting John Gotti. First they want to put him in jail. Now they're saving John Gotti.
Right.
So
Well, they can't decide. 1 minute it's like, let's tell John Gotti somebody's going to hit him, and then let's lock up his brother because he's still dealing drugs.
It's something. It's asinine.
It is.
It's asinine.
It is.
I say let the people, whether they mob or not, let them get rid of themselves.
Right.
Back off.
Let them all shoot each other.
Let him have a
Back
war.
off. So you want to do good. You know something?
Exactly.
Greed will kill each other. Kill each other.
That's right.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I agree.
It is. All right, Robin. What else is in
What
the
else?
news?
The
Let's keep it moving.
Supreme Court is very busy these days.
Yeah, now they say you can electrocute 16-year-olds.
You know the news.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I read every day, sweetheart. You can electrocute, but retarded, they said, only if you wanna.
Yeah.
Well, you got
Only
to
if
take
you
it
want.
into consideration.
Otherwise, well, that's what they say. In other words, if you want, if he's retarded and you want it, it's a Thursday, you say, let's give us a
So if you want to electrocute a retarded person, you have to.
It's up to each state.
Right.
You
They
just
can
have to say, he's retarded. Kill him. All right, we considered it.
I see.
Now, you explain to me this here. 2 men in a robbery. The man that shoots the teller, he squeals on the guy that didn't shoot the teller. So the guy that didn't shoot the teller, they electrocute him in Texas. The guy that shot the teller, he gets 20 years to life. He'll be out in 2 years. This is sanity.
Right.
There's no sanity.
There's no sanity.
Who's
Absolutely
retarded?
correct.
The guy that makes those rules.
That's right.
So what do you think the judge said? The pacified is the reason I'm doing that. He was a bad guy anyway. He was
Right.
a bad guy anyway? Are you sick?
Well, but when you listen to the crimes that these teenagers committed,
Yeah.
Bad, tough, heavy stuff.
Yeah.
I got robbed on 30.
How old is Leona Helmsley?
she's in her 60s. 60s.
This is another story.
Oh,
you know her.
This is another story. You got $5 billion. You own the Empire State Building. What the hell more do you want?
Right. So pay the $4 million for the
What do you
renovation.
want? No, you know how I'd beat it? I wouldn't pay. You know what they're going to say? Get your Empire State Building out of there.
Right.
That's all. Pick it up and get out of there.
That's right. Let's see.
Take it out of town.
You know what it cost her to move that? That would end it.
Now, what is this? You got mugged?
Yeah, I'm on 39th Street getting my glasses. So I put, I took I had $1,800 on me, and I don't carry that kind of money, but I want to get some, American Express. So I come out, and I'm walking down the street. It's a very warm day, and a guy comes from behind me, puts his hand around me. Now, my ego, I thought it was a friend of mine. I go, hey, Pat, how you doing? This guy went, hey, baby, how's everything going? I said, okay, fine, everything's fine. Next thing, the hand's in my pocket. I turn around, the guy's up the street, and he's gone. But the other guy, with a razor blade, cut the side of my pants to give this guy more room to get his finger. So I stood there, not angry at the money. I was violated. Now, here's the greatest. The police come over. What happened? I said, I was robbed. So you were robbed, huh? Yeah. In other words, when you say to me, in essence, you were robbed. I said, I was robbed. In essence, I was robbed. He says, well, don't worry about it. How much do they take? I'll make a report. It's $1,800. He's all right. It's a write-off. It's a write-off? This is what my country's coming to? Right. That you mean I can call my accountant and I say, I got robbed 8. I said, maybe I should put $3,600. I said, this is what's happening to my country? It's a write-off? He said, well, if we catch them, you can't do nothing. Why? You got to prove it's your money.
There you go, Robin. I don't know what story was that? The 16-year-old getting electrocuted?
Yeah, the 16-year-old.
All right, you got to stay on the topic. This is unbelievable. All right,
well, this is also happening in our country. They have found 4 cases of a rare strain of the AIDS virus.
Yeah.
This is the AIDS virus that you usually find in Western Africa, but was considered extremely rare in the United States.
Well, a lot of those airline stewards are bringing over the rare African AIDS.
Is that right?
Because they take a flight out to Africa.
You know right away how this got here.
Oh, of course. It's like patient zero. That's how it spread all over the country.
I think there was AIDS all the time.
You do?
I don't think AIDS came like last Thursday.
Right.
I think AIDS was here since God made this world. It just didn't make the popularity thing right away.
Right.
It wasn't in the top 10.
I think when they turn around and cure one disease on Thursday, Friday's all right. We're all right. We need another. We got open space here. Bring in another disease.
So what you're saying is you've got to lead your life in a way where you have sex with like maybe one partner.
Common sense tells you to protect yourself. Normally, use your brain. You're going to pick up a bimbo in a bar, or a bimbo's going to pick you up in a bar. Think.
Right.
Is it worth it? You're better off masturbating if you're doubtful.
Right.
Yeah, but that's all over.
Right.
Once that comes out of you, you say,
you feel fine.
It was wonderful. I'm better than go with her.
Right.
Maybe I won't have to go with nobody now.
See, that's what I do. I do that. I do that.
Nothing wrong with that. Al Goldstein publicizes it.
Right, I do that.
All right, there's nothing wrong with that.
You don't do that, though, anymore.
Every chance I get.
Really?
Really? How old are you?
And you're 60 years old.
60's better.
Really?
You got to find it first.
Right.
Oh, dear. Well, Howard, this new strain is not consistently detected by the AIDS test now in use here, which are intended to detect antibodies linked to the original strain of the virus, which means that it could be missed when you go to give blood.
Jeez.
But the AIDS experts say that the discovery is cause for concern and caution, not panic.
I see.
Who knows? But anyway, I mean, every time we hear about this AIDS, it just seems to be worse and worse and worse.
I think everybody's going to have it.
Maybe that's the secret. We should all get it and die and start all over again.
That's right.
Well, you know
what's going to happen.
What's interesting is that, a lot of babies whose mothers have AIDS are initially
That's the sad thing.
born and then they test positive for the HIV virus.
Yeah.
Now, what they have found, everybody gave them a death sentence as soon as these babies were born. Well, they can't possibly survive. They all have AIDS. And what they found is within 50 days or so, sometimes these kids wash the AIDS right out of their bodies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it just goes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe you have to be born with it, then you're immune.
Hey, maybe this weekend we should work on that.
What? Having an AIDS baby?
The cure. You want to have an AIDS baby with me? And then we'll find a cure for AIDS. We'll be very wealthy.
Stop it.
I'm working on a cure for AIDS. Seriously, that's what I do on weekends.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a medical doctor, but why shouldn't I work on one?
Hey, everyone should take a shot at it.
Right. Oh, because I found out, penicillin was just some mold on some bread.
You could, by accident, discover something. Who knows?
I have, rotting eggs in my refrigerator that I'm just, letting things happen to.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that might be the cure. You never know.
This is a horrible story. I hate to bring up a story like this with Pat Cooper here, but I think it's my responsibility. This, again, is what's happening in our country.
Go ahead, Robin.
A West Orange teenager accused of raping and strangling his 39-year-old mother is free on bail and working at the prep school he once attended.
What, was she nagging him? Huh?
Are you kidding me?
Sometimes you got to lighten up, Mom.
Yeah, I don't think you could do something enough to deserve that kind of treatment.
What do 10 million strangled mothers have in common?
What?
They don't listen. Right? Am I right, Pat?
Yeah, that's sad. Gee.
You know what happened? Some kid strangled his mom, and now he's out?
He's out.
He's out, and
How's
he's
that
walking
possible?
around, and, the family got together some money and got him out.
You get some liberals walked in there and just did a number on us.
How is that possible, though, Pat?
Anything's possible.
No, come on. Now, that's impossible. How did they get him out?
They get him out. They turn around and
his bail was $125,000.
Right.
And
Shouldn't be a bail.
Come on, no, absolutely.
Allegheny Mutual Casualty posted the money, and they used family property as collateral. So his family got
If
it.
you didn't support your children, they put you in jail for 30 days.
That's right.
See?
So, yeah.
But if you murder your mother-in-law, you can walk the streets.
You got kids?
Oh, yeah. Want to discuss them? That's another show.
Are they? Well, yeah, maybe.
Dear.
All right.
Oh, dear.
And maybe we better wind down.
No, I'm saying it's another show.
Really?
I'll discuss my family. I'd love to discuss my family.
You're still married, right?
Yo, I'm married to my present wife, 26 years.
Never cheated on her or anything?
No, she's a good lady.
In 26 years, you've never had a different woman?
You don't want to hurt this woman because it doesn't make any sense. It really don't.
Right.
I mean, for what?
Really, I agree with you.
If you turn around, some of the attitude of some of the women, not all, I mean, a lot of the women are fine ladies and everything, but you turn on it, if you don't make a play, they think there's something wrong with you. If you make a play, what are you coming on, you're married. So either way you lose. What do you need aggravation?
So then when you get all worked up, you go back up to your room and you just finish yourself off.
I don't get worked up because you know why? I'm already worked up on the stage. You do your hour in 10 minutes. I mean, you're worked up. I mean, now what are you going to do? Jump on somebody's bones? I'd probably miss.
All right. So, okay, I understand what you're saying.
And what do you need? Half of them just want you because you just came off the stage.
No, that's even with me. I'm not.
They want you because you're Pat Cooper.
No, can I tell you something? In my life, in this business, I was never a ladies' man.
Yeah, but certain women want you because you make a lot of money.
Tennyson, now you said, see, the other day when I heard your show, you said he had 4 women up in his room. I never had that. I never had a dwarf in my room.
Right.
I never had a half a woman. I don't want nobody in my room.
Well, you don't want anyone.
No, but here's another thing. Then we hear these sharp guys who cheat. Turn around and take the girl on a plane as Mr. and Mrs., take it to the hotel as Mr. and Mrs., then they wonder why they got caught.
Right.
Schmatzo, turn around if you're going to do that. Make the girl go by herself. You meet her in the hotel in her own room.
Right.
And don't get near her.
There you go.
Great geniuses.
They register under Mr.
No,
and
if
Mrs.
a wife catches you, says, listen, one thing you did that, but to put down a Mr. and Mrs. and to live in the same room, I mean, you're really sticking up my nose.
Right.
But these guys are all sharp.
Right.
You know, I'm going
Wise
out
guys.
with my baby, and I'm going out with my chick, baby. You know, why don't we go down to Bahamas?
Right.
We'll go to Bahamas Islands there. And, you know.
All right. So I understand what you're saying. I know what you're saying. You're absolutely right.
I know you know what I'm saying. I always know you know what I'm saying.
The audience doesn't get anything.
They got everything.
Right.
Look at your phones. They're going bananas here.
Going wild
They're
for
a
you.
hit.
They want to
Not
talk
for
to
me.
you.
No, it's not for me. It's
It's
for
for
you.
you.
They want to know what I'm doing on your show.
How'd you guys end up with Pat Cooper?
How'd that happen?
Hey, I like Pat Cooper.
He's great.
That's it.
A lot of fun.
Love me. I
I don't care if the audience likes him. I like him.
Yeah.
That's right.
Every once in a while, we got to amuse ourselves.
You
That's right.
got to. You got to be
Believe
entertained.
me, the audience is eating you up.
You got
They haven't heard this kind of ranting and raving in a while.
Well, listen to this. This is a travesty.
Yeah.
A man in Paris decided he wanted to kill himself, and he jumped off of Notre Dame.
He did jump.
Yes, but he hit somebody else.
See, that's
And
something that
killed
gets
him.
me. Now, that's something that gets me. I don't care if somebody kills themselves, Pat. Pat could have been my father.
That's a
you know
personal
that?
choice.
Pat
yes.
sounds like he should be my father. I don't mind if a guy kills himself. You want to kill yourself, that's fine. There's nothing. That's your constitutional right to go kill yourself. Right? You do it with a gun. You could do it with pills. You could kill yourself. You could slash your wrists. But to jump out of a window is an absolute outrage. Because you can hit someone else on your way down.
Forget about hitting somebody else.
Oh, boy.
Well, especially a tourist.
Hold on a second. Why would you, if you want to kill yourself, there's such an easy way of getting out of this world. Why go the hard way? Why jump off buildings?
Right.
Why inflict pain?
You know why? Because these people are desperate for attention.
Well, all they got to do is attention.
Right.
They turn around and take an ad in the papers. I'm going to kill myself tomorrow, and that's the end of it.
Right.
And that's all. But like you say, to jump out a window. If I'm going to go with a dish of macaroni,
Right.
poison in the macaroni. Like
Right.
a bed of oregano or something. I'll take it, just lay there, and just go away. And that's
Go
it.
away. Like Abby did. Abby Hoffman.
Yeah, he didn't hurt anybody.
Didn't hurt anybody. He just took his own life.
But this little girl was on a trip, a school trip.
Right.
She's sitting there, standing there, admiring the architecture of this church.
Great city
And
we
a
have.
guy falls on it. This was Paris.
Oh, Paris.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the. Oh, they're the worst. The Parisians.
Oh,
No.
you don't mind since she was Parisian.
No. I don't mind. I don't like Parisians.
Did the man live?
No, they both died.
They both died. They took this poor innocent, like the other kid walking the street, the beer bottle falls on her head.
Yeah, you believe that?
The woman the other day, a piece of brick falls on her. I mean, I don't understand
It's
it.
unbelievable.
See, this is the world
It's
today.
malicious.
Yep. Well, that's what's going on. And Ronald Reagan's going to be back.
Yeah, I was going to go on
In the
air.
sports
In
booth.
Sports booth.
When?
What game is he doing? Is he going to provide
WFAN?
commentary during the All-Star game?
Yeah, the All-Star game.
It's an important
They
time.
don't want to go away.
No, Reagan does not want to go
I mean,
away.
8 years you do. You were president for 8 years. You made it the 8 years. Go away.
Yeah, go relax.
Farm somewhere. Get on your horses and start going. You're 78 years, 79. Where are you going?
Yeah,
Go
what is this
away.
drive to?
And she frightens me.
Right.
She
Nancy
frightens
Reagan.
me. This woman frightens me. I think this woman had control of this country one time or another.
For 8 years.
I think when he went to the bathroom, she took over.
No.
I really believe that.
She used to be sort of demure, and then all of a sudden she became this
This witch.
See, that's what's
dynamo.
wrong with this country. We want somebody that looks like a president.
Right.
You know, so that's what a president looks like.
Right.
You see? Not a guy that says, hey, here's a man that's got crayones, boy.
Right.
That's my kind of man. He stands, he takes shots. I want a president to say, I'll tell you what, if I'm going to do this here, you don't like it, don't vote for me.
Right.
But that's what I'm going to do. Now, you don't like it, goodbye, because that's what this country needs, somebody like that. We ain't got nobody out there. We ain't got nobody.
What about you, Pat? Ever consider a political office?
I wouldn't run. Are you crazy? You know what I would do? I would give the country back to the people.
You would?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you'll be in trouble.
No,
That's sure
I don't want that. Believe me, I don't want the people running this country.
But wait a minute. I would give the country back to the people and then leave town.
That's fair enough.
Hey, I can't get out of here.
Listen, we got to get out of here.
All right.
He did all the talking, but I'm exhausted.
I know. It's fascinating.
All right, and thanks for coming on, Pat.
I love you. Thanks
all right,
for
we'll see everybody tomorrow.
Yeah.
We promise.
Who this?
Now,
I'm going to give you some of my laundry.
All right.
I got 2 children.
Yes.
I got a son, 31.
Right.
I got a daughter, 28, from a first marriage.
Right.
We don't talk.
Really?
Right.
Your son and you?
Wait, we don't talk. We don't socialize. We don't get along with each other.
Now,
but
why
as
is
long
that?
as you're supporting for 21 years, you're a good father. The minute the 21 years is over, where are you? What else have you got for me? And it becomes that kind of nonsense.
No, but wait
so
a
now you
second.
become a big star,
Right.
and the Inquirer says Pat Cooper didn't want to support his kids, $9,000 a week. I was making $60 a week. I had to give $40 to the 2 kids.
Right.
Right? Out of my $20 was the tax.
Right.
I'm living in an $8 a week room in Greenpoint. Nobody cared. Mother never called. Father never called. I heard your mother last night. I wanted to kiss your mother.
Really?
Because your mother made me quell.
Really?
Your mother made me get crazy. Your mother loves you. Your mother wants to bite you. Your mother wants to eat up your black hair.
Right.
Your mother wants to do everything for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
My mother wants to know where's the money.
Right.
That's all she wants to know.
Seriously.
Where's the Zardi? We don't want to know nothing. If you're breathing, you must bring in dollars. If you're dying, then we understand you can't bring in no dollars. So don't tell me you're hollering at your mother.
No.
Listen, if I dyed my hair,
Right.
Mama don't even know my face looks like, let alone my hair. But the minute you put the dollars on the table, she goes, hiya, son.
Right.
But no money, they don't want to know nothing.
Is that really true?
Let me tell you something. Howard, I swear to you. My mother used to pick me, throw me through a wall. That was called raising your children.
Right.
Today it's called child abuse. They put a new label on it.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
You mean you go to your mother's house?
Yes.
And
I don't go to my mother's house. We don't talk.
Are you serious?
My father died a year ago. I haven't seen my father in 12 years. Never talked to me, never said hello. You know why?
Why?
Because I double-crossed them. I became successful, and they couldn't handle my success, so they were having nervous breakdowns.
Really?
Well, because I'm the guy in the family that they kept calling the jerk. All of a sudden, I didn't turn out a jerk, so now they said to my father, mother, is this the kid you called the jerk? Well, let's see who's the jerk, you or him. So you insulted them by becoming successful.
So, in other words, your father's own masculinity was insulted because you...
My father's masculine. My father's was in a cocoon.
Yeah.
He never wanted to become a butterfly.
Right.
He wanted to just stay in that cocoon.
Right.
My father ate 3 meals a day. My father went to work. My father said, why don't you die so we can take the land you're standing on and give it to somebody who wants to go to work.
So
that's the cliches.
They weren't supportive in your career.
They're not supportive of nothing. I'm the only son in an Italian family. I got 3 sisters. The 3 sisters, they are the cool ones.
Right.
See, I got divorced. I was a bum.
Right.
My mother got divorced. She wasn't a bum.
Right.
My sister got divorced twice. She wasn't a bum twice. She wasn't even a bum once. So my other sister ran away. She's not a bum. I'm a bum because I'm successful, and you're not supposed to be successful because when you're born, your father said, I think he's a bum. And that's the end of that.
So your mother doesn't even talk to you now.
My mother hasn't talked to me. I'll give you another, a very fasty. The last time I spoke to my mother, she said to me, by the way, when your ex-wife was living upstairs, she didn't pay me the rent. I says, all right, Mom, do I owe you money? I wanted my rent. So I sent her a check for $5,000.
Right.
In those days, rent was $40 a month.
Right.
So I sent her 10 years of it. She took it. Cashed the check, everything is all right. But you don't talk to them no more. Because you know why? There's nothing that can get out of me anymore.
Right.
Because you know how I beat him? I give him the money. I told him to shove it. Take the money, buy poison with it.
Really?
My father died.
He's always giving the money.
My father died, left $300,000. The day my father died, my sister, who's a Jesus freak, loves Jesus.
Right.
But see, she don't know her Jesus is the devil.
Right.
See, my Jesus is a hell of a guy.
Right.
There's 2 Jesuses. One that you want for your convenience, and one that you don't tell nobody that you love Jesus. You keep it to yourself and go about your business.
Right.
See? So she turns around, quotes, says, she says, Daddy died, he left you nothing. I said, oh, back off. Here's how you say it. Daddy died. 2, 3, 4. He left you nothing.
Right.
That's how you do it.
So she went in and got the money.
Wait a minute. So she says, so, he left you nothing because in the bank books, Daddy had our names on the bank books. So I know legally, if there's no will, I could have destroyed him. I says, I didn't ask my dad for money when I was alive. When he was alive, I wouldn't take a dime off when he was dead. So now they say, oh, I understand. 2 days later, I got a special delivery from their lawyer. Please sign away your rights.
Whoa.
So I signed away my rights. And it's all documented, my friend. I'm not conning you.
Right.
I center right. So they got $300,000. I tell them shove it.
Right.
Now the venom is they're all hiding there. Each one's hiding their $100,000.
Right.
So now they sleep with one eye open.
Right.
Make sure the other two don't grab their $100,000.
Where'd your father get $300,000?
My father never spent. My father lived in the Hotel St. George for 37 years. The room was so small that his toe on his on the foot was a quarter of an inch away from the doorknob. That's how close he was in there.
So in other words, he died a wealthy man.
Well, he wasn't wealthy. If you saw how he lived, it's like, well, that's not wealthy.
But he had money.
Man, he just kept putting quarters here, 30 cents there, 50 cents here, and over 50 years he raised $300,000.
Wow.
You see?
And he never spent it on himself.
Spent it. He had once a day.
And I bet you a lot of that money was your money that you was giving him.
No. My money is I earn. Howie, I want to earn my money. I don't want nothing from nobody. I don't ask nothing. My father don't know how to be a father. My mother don't know how to be a mother. They don't know.
But you know you're very hot-tempered as well. Because of what happened with your kids.
Let me tell you, my kids had a father they don't even know. My daughter got married about a year ago. I don't expect to be married, to be called, because after all, we didn't talk.
You're only
but I want to show you the gall. Now, where they got this going on? She goes to Hawaii for a honeymoon. I don't see my daughter in years. She goes by my house in Vegas uninvited when I wasn't there.
Right.
They'll arrest you because we have a security.
Right.
And she leaves a pineapple for her father.
Oh.
I said, you go to Hawaii, leave me a pineapple? This is a relationship? You didn't invite me to your wedding, but you leave a pineapple? Not only this, I said to the guy, why didn't you hit her with the pineapple?
Right.
I said, because this is a girl who's a school teacher who's teaching your kids how to have manners when she don't have any herself.
But what happened? Seriously, what happened between? I can't believe you and your son don't
Nothing.
talk.
What is your son doing?
My son works the Twin Towers. He works in the flower department.
Really?
Yeah. My daughter's a school teacher.
What did he do wrong to end the
I don't know.
relationship?
I don't know.
You left?
I don't know what I did. Listen, I'm not a drug. I was never in jail. I never killed nobody. All I had to do,
visit him?
I was told all my life, you must pay your obligations. That's what's my obligations. Pay. So that's what you did. They don't want to know nothing. Give me my money. I got a daughter, 19. I tell you, this kid has brought me more happiness.
Really?
I am so happy.
Really?
I bite her. I keep hugging and biting her because I don't want to get out of my sight.
Right.
Because I feel that I was paid now. The good Lord gave me a shot. And gave me a good wife and gave me a good daughter, and the rest of them can go screw themselves.
Right.
Because I have no like for them, I have no love for them, and you know something? I don't even feel sorry for them.
Who wouldn't want this man as a father?
I don't know.
He's a great father.
I don't know. And here's another thing. I've mentioned.
Can I get you back with your kids? You want me to
If you
call?
could bring my kids on this show, you got my word. I'll come here, I'll sit down, and I want them to tell me, what did I do so wrong that I got to turn around and I got to be ashamed that I got two kids? First of all, they ought to be ashamed. I'm their father, damn it.
Right.
And I'm a hell of a father, and I'm not going to kiss their behind. I don't have to have those children.
Right.
There's a thing called goodbye. Who needs you? You tell me. You show me who said to you that you have to love your children if they're disrespectful to you. My mother and father beat the daylights out of me, but I respected them.
That's right.
You understand?
I
and
understand.
again, today that's called child abuse. I
say?
said, I supported 42 years. It wasn't enough.
Really?
So if you give them 1,000, they want 2. You give them 2. This is all there is. I
All
said,
they
listen,
wanted was money.
you took me to court. I went to court and the judge told you this is what he has to do. I obeyed the rules and regulations. If you don't take me to court and shut your mouth, my 2 kids would have had $1 million apiece. I was going to take out an insurance policy, would have cost me, listen to this, $31,000 a year.
Wow.
That after 20 years, each one would have had $1 million. But you know what she said, the ex-wife?
What?
It's got to be under my name. I said, you know what I'd do? I said, give it to the blind. How dare you?
Well, listen, there's a sad background there with the kids and the whole thing. But Pat, Pat, one thing about Pat, he always will tell you exactly what happened.
Yes.
Who this?
Cash.App, $, Crate, Marauder.
Huh?
Venmo, @milkcratemarauder.
You stupid bastard.